Ew, there's something under my nail.
What are you doing? That's not for you.
Oh my God, I'm gonna sneeze! Oh! I really love snacking. Excuse me.
It's game time and I'm up one. Name something I ain't done. Name a body that's my type. Air Jordan, I'll take flight. I'm next level, I'm franchise.
To our winner, Julia, Rene.
Good morning, buff babes and bros, and welcome back to another video. If you're new here, my name is Julia Rene, and I'm an IFBB Wellness Pro. And in today's video, we're going to do a full day of tracking macros. So, excuse me. We are off of our 2-week cleanse that we did with my coach, where we did higher fats and lower carbs, and it worked really well. So now my coach has increased my calories to, I want to say, around like 2,000 calories per day. So I thought I would take you guys through how I actually track my macros on MyFitnessPal, so you guys can kind of like get an idea, because I know that a lot of you are confused about tracking. So I want to show you the first thing that I do. I have premium, I'm pretty sure, and it's so worth it. It makes it so much easier on you. So I go into the goals section. So if you go here onto the little more tab, can you see? Hold on. There's a little section that says goals. So I go into goals, and this is where you can go to the nutrition goals. Hold on. Right at the top right here. So I click that. Oh my God, I'm gonna sneeze. Oh! My allergies are so bad today. That's why I sound terrible. Anyway, so I go into the goals, and this is where I can type in the amount of carbs that I want, the amount of protein, and the amount of fats, and then the calorie count will update itself. So the calorie count right now is 2,085 calories. So I'm gonna show you guys what I'm gonna do so that I can track my breakfast. So let's go into the diary. Right now it has my calories on top. Wait for it. Calories on top, and then we're gonna fill in all of this. Okay, so in the last video, you guys saw that I burnt my bagel. So today we're gonna try not to do that. So I have these cinnamon raisin bagels from Dave's Killer Bread. I love these because it has, how many grams of protein? 12 grams of protein per bagel. So if you're someone that struggles to get protein in, because I have to get a lot of protein in for the day, this helps. Like having things that are not necessarily like pure meat that have additional protein in it really helps, and it's pretty big and it's pretty filling. So I'm gonna have one of these, and the easiest part about tracking something that's like packaged is all you need to do on MyFitnessPal is scan it. So we find the little barcode on the back, going to add food, scan barcode, sand it, and good. Okay, and for my savory, because for breakfast I like to have something that's sweet and I like to have something savory. So I'm gonna make probably like an egg white scramble. And what I try to do here is decide, okay, like for this breakfast, where do I want my fats from? Where do I want my carbs from? And where do I want my protein from? So I'm getting some protein from this bagel, and I'm getting the protein from the egg whites. And once I kind of decide, okay, where do I want my fats to go? What I can do is I can either do egg whites and then add some egg yolks, because the yolks have fat, or I can just do all eggs, which have whites and fat, so that my fat grams will go up. I hope this is making sense, but this is just how I think when I'm creating my meals. Obviously, they're always centered around the protein aspect, because if I get a meal that doesn't have protein in it, then I won't hit my protein goal for the day. So I'm like, okay, I don't really want to get my fats from egg yolks today, but I do think it would taste really good if I did an egg scramble and did some avocado on top, so that's where I'm gonna get my fats from. So we have egg whites. Easy thing about this too, it has a barcode on the back. So I can scan it and add in however much protein I want. And then I'm thinking that I'm gonna have half of an avocado. With how much I track, I already kind of know the calorie count for this, but I'm gonna do it anyways and show you how I'm going to track these. Okay, before I do that, I'm gonna spray down my pan with a little bit of the spray so that it can heat up. And I'm going to add some green onions. I have pre-cut little green onions here that I can put in. So I'll pull a little bit of these, let them saute a little bit. All right, I'm also gonna put a little bit of peppers, let this saute. Now that we got our food ready to go, it looks delicious. I'm gonna show you guys how I'm gonna add the rest of the stuff to my MyFitnessPal. So we already have the cinnamon raisin bagel on there. We have the calories, and if you have the pro version, you can also see the breakdown of protein, carbs, and fats. So I'm gonna add my egg whites. So I'm gonna type in egg whites, and for me, the real egg whites from H-E-B pop up because that's the ones that I use, and once you use it after a while, you can save it as like a favorite. But if not, once you start off with your tracking, it's going to be necessary for you to measure everything. So as you saw, I had the cup of egg whites so that I can measure how much that I have when I track. So you can go to the serving size, and the serving size will not always be something that's easy for you to figure out. It's not always going to be like 1 cup, a half a cup. There's going to be times where you're going to need to measure out grams and ounces, so having a scale is going to be super important. That's how I measured out the amount of avocado that I have. So I did 1 cup, so we have the serving size, and once you go into the serving size, you can change it to ounces or whatever. But we did 1 cup, so I'm gonna add that in. Now I'm gonna look up avocado. I find it easier when you're doing stuff like adding avocados or like berries instead of picking or like apples or stuff like that. It's more like apples, oranges, and like avocados, like fruits that are whole. It's instead of going like large avocado or like small avocado, because you're gonna get a bunch of things that pop up. So I just type avocado and then I measure out how much. And I know now from measuring so often that about a half of a mini avocado, because I get the mini ones instead of the large one, is about 2 ounces. So if you don't know that already, what you can do is just before you add this on, put your plate on top of the scale, zero it out, and then add your avocado on top, and now you know, okay, I put 2 ounces or I put 50 grams, whatever it might be. So you can see here that it says like grams, ounces, all of these different things. So I just did mine 2 ounces. So that's 60 calories, okay. And then I didn't add any of the vegetables because they're just so minimal calories. I'm not gonna track the little onions and like the little peppers, but if you have like a significant amount of like vegetables or higher calorie vegetables, like carrots are higher in calorie and stuff like that. Sweet potato is a vegetable, but it's like really high in carbs, so those things are important to track. I did a tablespoon of the can't believe it's not butter, the light version, which on my container it says that 1 tablespoon is 35 calories, so that's how much I did. And this is why it's really good to start looking at labels and like what the serving sizes is and the amount that it is, so you can really get used to doing all of this stuff. So we're gonna add that. So in total, we have 540 calories for the whole breakfast, 54 grams of carbs, 13.5 grams of fat, and 47.8 grams of protein. So I'm gonna go ahead and eat this, and I'll see you at the next meal. Okay guys, so I've been working for a couple of hours and now I'm ready for a little sneaky snack. So I have been making these adult Lunchables that I like to call it because I really love snacking. Like I really do. So these have been so much fun for me. So I'm going to show you how I make them, and we're gonna have protein be the center so that I can make sure I hit all my protein goals, and then we'll track them together. Okay, so my protein that I like to use for this is the First Form protein sticks. My favorite is the jalapeno heat, and there's 20 grams of protein per stick, and I think it goes really well with my little adult Lunchables. I also do one of the little Baby Bell light cheeses. And then as my fruit, I'm gonna do about a half a cup of some grapes. And then these little mini sweet peppers, I just have about 4 of them. And then to make it super simple, I just get the little packets of red pepper hummus. Oh my God, you should see vision right now.
What are you doing? That's not for you.
Anyways, so I get these, and I like the red pepper ones so that I can dip my little peppers in them. Okay, so now that we have our little snacky, we are going to track it on MyFitnessPal. So first I'm gonna start with the protein, and we're going to add the First Form jalapeno sticks. So we got that, and then my Baby Bell Light. 1 piece is 45 calories. And we're gonna add our little peppers. So I have the mini peppers on here. So I'm gonna change it from 3 peppers to 1 pepper. And we're gonna go to 4 since I have 4. The calories on those are just, they're very small, but I was like, since I'm doing a lot more on this one, I'll add it. Now, grapes. Okay, I'm gonna do about a half a cup of grapes. That's what we did. And then lastly, the hummus. Okay, I'm gonna put HEB deli packet hummus, and those are about, because you can literally just scan the box if you want to, and each one has their little serving size. I know that it was 100 and, yep, there it is. There we go. 120 calories, 1 snack pack of HEB hummus. Okay, so now we have 410 calories for that, and we have 1,135 calories remaining, and I've gotten really good at hitting my protein goal. So adding the little protein sticks is so great for the snack pack, because like typically when we're snacking, we don't add anything that actually has like protein in it. So this helps me get my protein in a little bit more of a fun way, so it doesn't have to be like protein powder or like beef. So perfect. Don't knock it till you try it. Okay guys, ew, there's something under my nail. So we're going to have my next meal. I got hair in my mouth. And this one's gonna be super simple. We're just going to do white rice, we're gonna do some shrimp, and then we're gonna do some veggies. I always buy my veggies frozen because it's just so much easier to do than like buying all the veggies and then cooking them, and then they might go bad. Where these, they stay fresh all the time because they're frozen right when they're fresh, so they stay fresh. So You do you, but that's my choice. So I'm gonna use my Mega Fit Meals shrimp. It's already cooked and ready to go. If you guys want to get any Mega Fit Meals, there's going to be a link in the description so you can save on your order. But this is how I buy my protein so that I don't have to cook it. And it's so much easier so I can buy it in bulk. So we're gonna make this and then we'll track it together. Everything ready to go. I'm probably just gonna add some hot sauce on it. So we got the veggies, shrimp, and half a cup of white rice. So I'm gonna show you how I'm going to log this one. I'm gonna do it a little bit differently because the Mega Fit Meals actually has the calories on the back for the shrimp. So it has it exactly the serving size that I did. So I did 4 ounces. You guys saw me measure 4 ounces of shrimp. And right here it says the serving size is 4 ounces. It's at 110 calories. So I can go in and when I'm adding it, I can select quick add. So I get to make my own calorie count. So I can literally just put 110 calories, which is the fat for 1 serving says 0, carbohydrates says 0, and then the protein is 27 for 1 serving. So I can add it in myself also, which is really cool. Okay, and then I'm gonna add in my serving of cooked white rice. And it has jasmine rice right there is perfect. So I'm gonna switch it from 1 cup. I'm gonna go into the servings and go into fractions and do half. There we go. And then lastly, hold on, my favorite thing to do, which is scan the bag, scan the barcode, and right here, go into the serving size again, and choose 1 cup of the vegetables and add it. There we go, nailed it. Okay guys, so we're moving on to meal, what meal is this? Meal number 4. So I honestly have not been wanting to eat like boring protein and like beef. Like sometimes it just gets boring. So I have the Mega Fit Meals protein pancakes. These are cinnamon roll pancakes and they come with a little sauce and it is like perfectly gonna fit into my macros and it'll be something a little bit different so that I don't have to just eat something that's boring. Okay, so since this meal doesn't actually have a barcode, what I'm going to do is do that same little trick that I taught you guys before, where you go in and you click those 3 little dots and you do a quick add. So when you do the quick add, you can actually add the calorie amount. So we got 320. We have the 3, I can't hold this at the same time, 3.5. I can only do one thing at one time. Okay, 43 grams of carbs, and then we're moving to protein, 20. Is that a 9? 29 grams of protein. 29, so we're gonna add that. We have it, we have 560 calories left, and I still get dessert at the end of the night, so we're gonna warm this up and eat it. Take this out so it don't burn. We get 3 pancakes. 1, 2, 3. You guys have been asking, so I thought I would just update you. And honestly, at this point, it has become a nuisance. It really has. But that's so normal. And this always happens, like, especially when I'm like coaching some of my like one-on-one clients, it always happens. Like, you get super excited when you first start and you're like, yeah, like, let's do the thing. And then that starts to fade away, and then reality sets in, and then you're like, why am I still doing this? Why? The motivation starts like fleeting and you're like, but it is so normal. So if any of you are out there and you're like, I'm not really feeling motivated, I feel you. Today though, I did do a workout and I haven't really been like it hasn't been that long. It's been like the last 2 weeks where I've just been like slowly being like, I'm just tired of like going to the gym and blah, 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 blah. But today I went to the gym and I was like expecting that I was gonna have a terrible workout, which is a dumb thing to expect. But I was actually a lot stronger than I thought I was going to be. So that was kind of exciting, you know, when you go to the gym and you're like, wow, I did better than I thought I would. So yeah, that's the kind of update for me, is like, it's getting to that point where it's like annoying, but what I'm doing is just trying to like there is something on my foot. Your girl has crusty feet. Anyways, but whatever I was saying, because my brain is all over the place right now. But I am just doing the things that I need to do daily, because I know that doing these 75 hard tasks, like, I know that they're good for me, even though sometimes I'm like, oh, I gotta do the thing, and then I gotta do the thing before I go to bed. And it's like, as far as like how it used to be, like, I'm like, I got it, I'm on it, already did it, done. And now it's like, oh, damn it. So I feel like I've been just dragging ass on the things lately these past 2 weeks, because I'm not as motivated as I was when I first started, but I'm trying to like revamp myself again so that I can just be excited about it again. So that's my little update for you, but yeah, I will catch you guys at dessert. Okay, so for dinner, we are going to have one of these little skinny pop packages. These are 100 calories per package, and I don't know if you guys are like me, but for when I like wind down for the evening and Zach and I watch like an episode of the show, I love having something to snack on. And most of the time I don't want something that's healthy to snack on. So these have been great, and I love to have something sweet and I love to have something savory, like almost all the time. Like when I was little, like we almost always after dinner we would like have ice cream, and it's in my DNA. So we're gonna have one of these, and we're going to make like a yogurt thingy-mabob. I've been really liking this yogurt lately, the Greek Gods, and it has a little bit of honey in it. So we're gonna do a serving of that. Close! And then also, I love putting frozen fruit in with my yogurt, because it literally makes me feel like I'm having frozen yogurt, even though the yogurt's not frozen, but the fruit is. It makes no sense. So we're gonna put that together, and we're gonna have some honey. This honey looks gross. Hopefully it's still good. Does honey go bad? Okay, let's see. Should it be coming out? Pause for a moment. Okay, yeah, that's not good, honey. So we won't be using that. Well, we're going to have to bypass the honey. And instead, I know this is weird, but this is something that I also do. I put sugar-free syrup on my yogurt in the evening, and it just tastes so good. And I'm still a little bit behind on my protein intake. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mix a scoop of the First Form Formula 1 protein powder, which is perfect for mixing. So I'm gonna just use the plain vanilla one, since this already has like a honey flavor. We're gonna mix this all together, and then we're gonna add it up. So smart Julia probably would have put in the yogurt, then the protein, mixed it, and then put the fruit on top of it, but I'm not that smart. So now we have carbs from the yogurt. The yogurt also has, hold on, for one serving, the yogurt also has 7 grams of protein. So that's good, get a little extra protein. We got some more carbs from the Skinny Pop. Now we got the crunch and we have the sweet. I love putting sugar-free syrup on it. I put sugar-free syrup on like almost anything, and it's just so funny how like, I have to get the perfect bite. Hot damn. Hold on. I haven't done that in forever, so I'm so glad that I'm doing that, because even if you get a plain yogurt that doesn't have any flavor and has a little bit less calories, because obviously if you have it with the honey, then I'm so dumb. Of course, I don't need to add honey on top of it. It has honey in it. Oh my God, everything's coming together. Anyways, even if you get plain Greek yogurt, and some people will be like, it tastes bad. It's so funny. I love Greek yogurt now, and I don't really like regular yogurt. I don't know what it is. That little sourness taste. I love it. So we're gonna add this to our food diary. Anywho. Okay, so we have, first I'm going to scan. Here is Vision. Scan the Skinny Pop. Okay, we got that in. Next, we are going to, so easy, scan barcode, and it already has the serving right there for you. So if you do less than the serving, or if you do more than the serving, that's where you can go into the serving size and you can start like maneuvering it. If you go with the serving size for the yogurt or something that's easily scannable, right here it literally says 2/3 cup is the serving size, or 170 grams. So it's on here already for you. Okay, and then lastly, the thing that I put away was the frozen fruit. So this is like a mixture of mango, papaya, strawberries. Oh, it tastes so good. So I just did a serving of this one as well. And there we go. So a serving for this is 1 cup or 140 grams. So then you can measure it out. Okay, so I think we have everything. I don't count the sugar-free syrup because it's like basically no calories. So that is it. Okay guys, I'm gonna enjoy my snickety snacks while I wind down for the evening. Let me know down in the comments below if this video helped you at all. I know tracking macros can be so confusing and so annoying, but just remember, with however you decide to track, just stay consistent with that. So it's super easy when you have stuff that you can scan, obviously, but with things like the Whole Foods, that's where it can get a little bit more complicated. And every time you look up something, like it seems like it can be different. But most things have barcodes. Even if you go to, say, your local grocery store and you're buying chicken, like raw chicken that you're going to make, it has a barcode usually on the back as well, so that you can scan it. Or if not, you can also find one usually with the grocery store brand. So for me, I live in Texas, which is an H-E-B is usually our grocery store brand. So then I can find like the H-E-B chicken breasts and things like that, and just stick with a consistency of how you track as far as like cooked versus non-cooked. I always track all of my food cooked. I don't even try to cook things or track things that are non-cooked, because it's way too confusing. Because like, for example, if you're cooking beef and you measure it out like raw, it always weighs more than if once it's cooked. It's just weird. So figure out how you're going to weigh it. I recommend definitely weighing it once everything's cooked. It's also just seems a lot easier. But yeah. And as always, guys, I love you all so much, and you're more powerful than you think. Bye!